So we will talk about is the trickle down approach to poverty. Okay, so trickle down approach to poverty. Okay, so now it is like going back to the basic, and this theory is often said, a rising tide lifts all the boats. So when you're going in a tide, sometimes the boat, it also jumps. Okay, so experience tells us the same is not necessarily true of a growing economy. Okay, so in both developed and developing economies, the benefits of growth is depending on in according to your success, it is distributed. So this trickle down economies argues that rising incomes at the top end of any spectrum would lead to more jobs. So the more and more the income is higher, the more and more jobs are also available. So more output, more income, and so there will be less poverty at the growth, and higher incomes at the top end will move at the lower end and to the poor. So according to this theory, what are they trying to tell you is that as long as an economy is growing, again I repeat, so according to this thesis, as long as an economy is growing, the benefits will eventually reach the poor and make their way to the the system that will make everyone better off. So let me write down here. So according to this, as long as an economy is growing, the benefits will eventually reach the poor and make their way through the system that will make everyone better off. Okay, so now this theory of trickle down represents an unhealthy obsession. So they are like completely mad with the GDP and the growth. So they think that GDP keeps on increasing and growth keeps on increasing, that is the most reliable measure of the economic success. Okay, so the theory believes in the saying that one size fits all. So what is the theory? One size fits all. And this theory argues that to eradicate poverty, the only thing that matters is growth. A growing economy will take care of everything. As growth happens, the fruits of growth will eventually flow to the poorest and the lower section of the society, and ultimately lifting them up. So that is the theory called as trickle down approach. Okay, so what was the criticism of this approach? Okay, so let us see the critics of the trickle down economics. So let me just rub this. So the critic of trickle down economics. So the Indian or the IMF rather, let's talk about IMF, that is better. So the International Monetary Fund and World Bank, okay, they did not agree to this. So they debunked it completely. Okay, they found out that the benefits of the growth within an economy are rarely spread evenly. So when the growth happens, they are not spreading evenly. Okay, So there is always an unequal rise in incomes which can actually slow the rate of economic growth altogether. So that is why they did not agree that growth is not never done equally in a society. And so according to the report, let us see, according to the report, a 1% rise in income for the wealthiest is 20% of a society alone is likely to shrink. Okay, the annual growth by 0.1% within 5 years. So by contrast, if you raise the income of the poorest to 20% by a single percentage also, the point only increases 0.4% over the same time frame. So you can understand, so that means what they're trying to say, riches are becoming richer and poor are in the same state. It's not growing in the same manner. So when it comes to eliminating poverty also, the degree to which the benefits of growth are shared cannot have the significant impact on the outcomes. So according to some person, let me write down here, his name was Martin Ravaillaon. Okay, and he was the former head of research at World Bank. So he said in The Economist that as 1% increase in income in the most unequal countries produces a mere 0.6 reduction in poverty. However, in the most equal countries it will yield 4.3%. So in other words, what he said is societies can get much from bang, from more a bang from a boom. So it's like you need a bang, you don't need a boom. So if they ensure benefits are more widely shared, so he said that sharing should be equal. So the equality between the rich and the poor should be more and more, the gap should be reduced. Okay, so this brings us to the point that this trickle down theory ends and inclusive growth begins. So the inclusive means total growth should begin. Okay, so let me write something else also about this trickle down theory. So according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, inclusive growth. So now this is a new theory, is a new approach to economic growth. I said together, inclusive means all together, that aims to improve the living standards and share the benefits of increased prosperity more evenly across social groups. Okay, so because of this there was an inclusive growth in India. So we'll have a look what was the inclusive growth in India. Okay, so just let me clear this. Yes, so we will write here and mention this. inclusive growth in India. Inclusive growth in India. So what does this mean? It refers to both the pace and pattern of growth which are considered to be interlinked, which are considered interlinked, and therefore needs to be addressed. So we have to take care of this together. So needs to be addressed together. We cannot, it is interlinked, so both have to be addressed. And inclusiveness represents the equality of opportunity in terms of access to markets, then resources, no partiality, regularity of environment for businesses and individuals. So in a nutshell, it is not just about the quantity of growth within our economies and societies, but also the quality. So quality and quantity of growth should be at par. It should be equal. Okay, so that's, so inclusive growth matters because widening the inequality have been showing to a is showing to a large range of social and economic challenges for societies over time. So these include both your social and your political instability, and not to mention the sheer waste of potential. So we have so much of talent in India that occurs when a large population will not have the opportunity to improve their situation. So let us see the features of inclusive growth one by one. So the features, let me write down here. So first is providing basic services to the poor and the ones who are excluded. The second one is equal employment opportunities across gender. The third is equitable wages. So wages should be also equitable, wages for all. Okay, then fourth, maintenance of environment and sustainability standards. Yes, you have to provide internet. So internet, you can understand in this situation in COVID, there are so many people who do not have internet. So internet access to all. Okay, then sixth, removing social and financial inequalities. So this is also very important. And yes, we have to provide employment to all. So productive employment for all. Okay, so this is very important. So now we will talk about that how poverty has layers. It has different layers. So it is also called as multi-dimensional poverty index. So yes, a very important theory. So just let me rub this and we will talk about this. So it's called as the multi-dimensional poverty index. Okay, so now this is also called as MPI. Okay, and it was for the first time, okay, in the 2010 report. Okay, so this complements the monetary measures of poverty by considering the overlapping deprivation suffered by individuals at the same time. So sometimes what happens, the same thing keeps on repeating again and again and again. Okay, so this index, so let me write down here, this index identifies deprivations across the same three dimensions as the HDI, that is Human Development Index, and shows the number of people who are multi-dimensionally poor. Okay, so this is basically 33% of the poor are more are having this weighted indicators of people who are living in the poor level, and the number of weighted deprivations with which poor households typically contend will be showing through this multi-dimensional poverty index. Okay, now it can be deconstructed by region, and by finding the ethnicity or the tribal form of each and every part. So because we have so many tribals, so this will be an indicator for the policy makers to see multi-dimension poverties between the tribals also. Okay,